All right, guys, you are not ready. You are not ready. Are you ready yet? Because we got Dax Sake here in the building today. Thank you, Dax, for joining us yet again, brother. Love to have you. The channel loves you. And of course, you know what we're here to do. We're here to have a good old One Piece discussion. And to kick things off, we've been beating Zaza to death. Like how any wife beater just beats their wife. Let's jump away from Zaza for a minute. Who do you want to talk about? Who, in your opinion, is the most interesting character in One Piece as of right now that you want to spend time with? Is it Fujitora? Is it Green Bull? Is it Bellamy the Hyena? Where do you want to
go? Probably not any of those three. If I'm being honest.
Wait, really?
Probably not any of them. I mean, you know, there's a lot of good options right now. Emu, Loki, Gaimon. I mean, Biblo. That might be the big one. I'm not gonna lie. That might be the one that I'm most interested in, to be honest. Because he might not even be Biblo. he might be someone else. You know?
So, do you subscribe to the Louis Arnaud theory, or do you think he's just somebody else entirely?
I like the Louis Arnaud theory. I just think it doesn't line up that well, given that, you know, Louis left the island and we've been told that Biblo has been there for hundreds of years. And so it's like, so how does that, like, did he leave and nobody noticed? You know, how does that, like, whenever Saul says he's been there for hundreds of years, should we not take that like super serious? And it's just like he's been around, but not literally in the building. I don't really know. But I do think he's someone else. Maybe he's a human who has an owl fruit, and like whatever Lilith said about the fruit's wrong. But maybe he is just an owl, but he can actually talk for some reason.
You know how disgusting that would be if Biblo could talk the entire time and nobody knew?
Nobody asked him.
I'm gonna be honest. If Biblo can speak English and he says, oh, yeah, you just never asked if I could talk to you guys. If he says something along those lines, I think that Saul should have never been brought back to life. I'm going to say it right here. Saul should have stayed dead. I've been not a Saul defender, but I'm like, okay, you know what? I think he should have stayed dead, but he's here. Let's have fun with him. Let's get him in the story. But so far, all he's added was nothing. He's added nothing. If anything, he's just confused like a majority of the time. And it's like, okay, you know what, man? Let's just wrap it up, Saul.
Mm-hmm. And you know who else would be on the hot seat if Biblo was just ignored this whole time?
Who?
Ange. Ange would also be very much in trouble. She had to be fired from the library. She can know she's the chief librarian, right?
Chief librarian that doesn't know that the literal owl in the library that came with the library can talk. And plus, mind you, they call it the mysterious owl library because they don't know for sure why these books grow. Again, what Dax said, it is just a theory that it has the Iku no Mi. We don't know for sure.
Yep. So
disgusting.
Yeah, Ange, listen, I'm gonna be fully on board with you and your Ange agenda if it ends up being that she really did not know. She has to be fired from her job. She kicked out of Elbaf. Excommunicated. I'll be honest. That'd be crazy. Like for Saul, it's bad too because he was a teacher at the school. So it's like you're not that far away. Like you're almost connected to the library. You know, you brought most of the books there, right? Like, yeah. Honestly, Saul, I know you haven't been in Elbaf that long, so maybe I can't be that mad at you. But the fact that even now he's like, you know, you're more of a mystery than I thought. I'm like, well, duh. Like, I feel like the One Piece viewers saw Biblo and all of the code red sirens were going off. Like, okay, there's something up with this guy. This is crazy. Who is this? And Saul's like, you know, what? Who are you? It's like, bro, really?
Yeah, there's a little bit that feels like a plot convenience too, because Chopper was in the library with Biblo, and he just never said a damn thing.
But you would think Chopper would make a habit out of just saying what's up to the various animals. Like, oh, you're an owl. Hey, how are you? Like, you need anything? Yeah. Like, you would think that he would do that. Like, just Just cuz. Like, don't leave him out. You can talk to him. Just, I don't know.
I
It
still
is some plot
love
convenience.
like the whole thing where it's like, oh yeah, Chopper can't talk to animals. That's how bad it's gotten. Chopper has so rarely talking to animals that people don't even think it's a thing anymore. They've headcanoned it out of existence. But it's there. It happens. It is. He can do it.
Do you know the first animal that Chopper ever talked to?
What?
Karoo.
What is it?
That's how the crew found out. He talked to Karoo because Karoo showed up like, I can't remember the exact situation, but right after Drum Island, Karoo showed up and was like frozen, like he swam over or whatever. I can't remember. And Chopper was talking to him like, wait, you can talk to animals? And we got like full-on confirmation, because I had to find it for the video I just did. That's where it was. We got full-on confirmation that Chopper can talk to all animals. And I'm like, okay, so there isn't like a bird limitation or anything. Like, no, he can talk to Biblo.
It's not like the same species. No. Dude, if fishmen didn't exist, Chopper could probably talk to fish too.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. That's a good point. Jinbei needs to talk to fish more.
I think for fishmen it's a little bit more different, right? Like, you can only talk to fish of the same species. Is that it?
I can't remember. You definitely can't talk to all fish, because if you're counting whales and stuff, like they only listen to certain people. Like Neptune, I think Neptune and probably Shirahoshi, I would imagine, are probably the only two that can talk to whales. So like it's probably, there's levels to it. But yeah, you might be right that it's only the same species, because Jinbei brought up like the whale sharks at Impel Down, right? So maybe you're right.
Yeah. Like, he can only summon the whale sharks and talk to the whale sharks. But other fish, like maybe they see Jinbei and they're like, it's a kindred spirit.
Yeah, and you know, Oda loves the panda sharks lately too. We've had them on a few cover stories, I believe, especially with the carrot one. So
I can't wait till the panda shark becomes like a big thing. Like, Oda just brings that back in. It's like the rain god in a way, where it's like, oh yeah, like initially we never knew if those 4 gods in Skypiea were going to come to the story and be like a real, like, big pivotal factor. But now, yeah, sun god, rain god, earth god, forest god, yep, it's all relevant.
Yeah.
That wasn't throwaway. Panda sharks, Panda Man even.
Panda Man.
Be aware.
Yeah, actually, you asked me earlier who interests me the most. It might have to be Panda Man. Like, not even within Elbaf, but like in general, you know? I mean, shoot. Panda Man's got to be the most interesting man in One Piece. Like, it's kind of like the Dos Equis guy, but it's Panda Man.
I don't know how Oda would bring Panda Man into the story in a canon way. Mainly because it's like, Panda Man has been everywhere. In every crew, in the background of every scene, on every island with the Straw Hats, in every flashback. How would you actually bring him in and say, hey, he's canon, he's a character, we're talking to him? Because, you know, maybe it's like one of those things, like it's family members. Like, I guess that's one way to do it. Like, I'm that one guy that fixed the door at Drum Island, and then he's in Wano. And it's like, oh, actually, it's a family member, they're brothers. Could be like, it could be like that.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably what he would do. Is that it's like a long lineage of panda men, you know, that have just passed the. Is he wearing a suit? I can't remember. Is it a panda suit, or is it
an actual panda guy?
Yeah, is he a mink?
Minks weren't even invented yet. Like, he was he was the forefather of the minks, man.
Yeah,
his name was even on the Alabasta poneglyph.
And he is a wrestler, apparently. And he's from Tibet.
What?
If you go to Panda Man's wiki page,
they have the citations. What are you saying to me?
SBS Volume 6, Panda Man was revealed that his occupation was a wrestler. And then in SBS Volume 7, Oda said that Panda Man was from Tibet, like in the real world. He gave him a real world country and job. He's a wrestler from Tibet. Whoa. He's from Panda Island.
Dude, yeah, what is this side story? So I'm looking at his relationships. He's in love with a woman named
Kaguya.
Panda Womani.
Okay.
And also, Panda Man is on the run because he owes money to the Tomato Gang.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, and the Tomato Gang hired a man called Unforgivable Mask to track down Panda Man and retrieve the money he owes to Tomato Gang.
If you go to the history section, I can't believe we're talking about Panda Man right now, but if you go to the history section, So I mentioned Kaguya a second ago, and I was like, damn, am I crazy for mixing Kaguya and Panda Man? No, I'm not crazy. Because growing up, Panda Man was frequently picked on for claiming to have seen Princess Kaguya. And as a result,
Yes.
he trained to become a devil Chojin, Akuma Chojin. I don't know what that really is. And Princess Kaguya ties to the tail of the bamboo cutter, which fits beautifully into Panda Man lore.
Yeah, and Kaguya is typically from the moon. So
Right.
you could say, in a way, Panda Man saw the moon god.
Yes, exactly. And Panda Man also grew into a man of wealth and prestige and owned his own island. Rumors of this island and its panda-like populace reached as far as Fuchsia Village.
So would you put down money to say that we're ever going to see Panda Man in the canon story or no?
No. I would put
Yeah.
money on the opposite. I would not ever put any money.
I'd spend money saying that we're never going to see this guy.
I would
We're never
put-
going to talk to him.
I'd put tall stat. I think this is just a fun, random bit of nonsense. I'll put it this way: if he is in the story, he's got to be like a huge factor. He can't
Yeah,
just
like he's going to be like Void Century levels of importance.
the man marked by flames.
Yeah, man marked by flames or just something of the sort.
If he's the man marked by flames, I don't care how much money I lose if I made that other bet. I don't. Oh, also, Panda Man doesn't have an age. Even he does not know his age.
That's so stupid, man. What do you mean he doesn't know his age?
He just
sounds
doesn't
like
know.
an interdimensional being, like it's like somebody's OC that they just made up. Which I mean, technically Oda, yeah, but
Yeah, no, he is. I get, but we do know that Panda Man is canon because he was on the prisoner list in Impel Down.
yeah,
So-
prisoner list. He was on a poneglyph as well. Which, if you wanted to make Panda Man relevant, you could say that that poneglyph is canon too. Like, yes, Panda Man does show up in the ancient text, which it's the Elbaph the poneglyph. If you go back in the Japanese manga, they have Panda Man's name inscribed on it, which is so stupid.
Now I'm starting to think, like, was he sent forward in time by Toki back in the day? I don't like.
Stop. Yeah,
don't
was
like
he
it.
sent by Toki?
Now things are getting too serious.
I don't know if you know this, but in a lot of the One Piece volumes, behind like the cover, I think it's only the Japanese versions, but there's actually like a whole
Yeah.
journey that Panda Man has, and at one point he gets like abducted by aliens.
Yep. That's where the Kaguya thing, because I think he's looking for Princess Kaguya again or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Shout out Starlight Andalex. I haven't said the name in forever, but I think that's exactly how you say the channel name. Andalex, either way. He did a full video on that. He went through the full cut, like, you know, he went through the whole Panda Man story, and it was so eye opening.
Yeah,
That
it's
is- that
crazy.
is- That's one of the most slept on videos ever for me. Like, because it's just even the information, like whether, because he does kind of like try to put the theory together. And I mean, I think it's pretty solid, but just the information is brand new to a lot of people, right? Because it's like, yeah, it's like in the lining of like the covers or whatever, like the inside covers, like you get like a little journey, and it's like,
Yeah, you see him go around the One Piece world in like this little mini map format, and he sees Sea Kings, he sees characters, aliens, and I mean, honestly, like if we do go down the alien route in One Piece at any point in time, that could be a way to bring Panda Man in. Which, you know, funny enough, I
Yeah.
saw people talking about the hearts that the God Knights have, and it's hard to tell because, you know, obviously it's a small, minute detail. It could just be a mistake or just us seeing something where there's not something. But people are saying that the heart that Sommers had when they first showed it, it looked like it had a pressure gauge that's similar
Yeah.
to the pressure gauges that the people on the moon had. And
I
it's like, I
agree.
don't know if I put a lot of weight on it, but that would be a really interesting plot point.
oh yeah, no, for sure. I definitely think like as far as the connection with the moon people go, like, does that mean that he's been on the moon, or that those like that the people who made the heart also made the moon suits? Like, I don't know if we have to go that specific, but I definitely think Oda wants us to make a connection there for sure. Because like for the moon, the point of the pressure gauge is like you can't like it's like a spacesuit for astronauts in general, but like theirs are obviously different, like because they don't have even like a mask on and stuff. But it's like it's the same point, right? And so I definitely think there's a connection. And like you also think to like how the Moon City was really high tech, right? Like highly advanced, kind of like the Ancient Kingdom. And so whenever you think about these kind of points, it's like, yeah, maybe like the hearts the Gods Knights have are high tech from the Ancient Kingdom because the Moon City and the Ancient Kingdom were high tech for like similar reasons or whatever. Like there's definitely something there. I don't know if it means that like he's been to the moon or
I mean, we do know the moon's gonna have to come into play at some point. If we want Enel back into the story, we need the moon to like play a role. So this could be it. Like it could be the big tire. And plus, you know, we have been saying for a long time that Enel and Emu, they have a lot of parallels.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I mean, if Enel's at the moon and Emu has moon technology, it's like it just fits well. It does.
I agree. I really think. I mean, I've been saying it for a long time, so I mean, I'm just beating the same drum. But
Preaching to the choir.
But I really think Enel has to show up this arc. It makes so much sense. He had like El Thor type attacks, like he's like a Thor type character. Like it fits into the Norse mythos already to have him there. All the Emu parallels. And I don't know if I'm super sold on this yet, but maybe we've talked about it, but I think there's enough evidence to at least start thinking about the Gods Knight's weakness being lightning. Because Luffy punched Summers with a lightning attack and all the kids got freed. That's what made the thorns go away. And then how did Harold die? To a giant lightning strike. Also a hammer strike, but there was a giant lightning bolt too, right? Like no doubt. And they were even saying like they really wanted Loki to go eat the fruit before he, to stop Harold and all that. It's like, oh, did they know that it was lightning? Like even Harold, he's the one who called Loki in or whatever, right? So it's like, is that part of it? And so here for Summers, everybody, Summers, I assume they all have the steel heart, but at least for Summers, it's like, is that maybe why? Because they have a steel heart, and when you get hit by electricity, it stops. So it's like you die for a second, or like it hurts you a lot. Because they're also made of, or they're magnetic. I don't know what they're really made of, but they're magnetic. Like that could be part of it too. Like it cancels the magnetism for a second or whatever. So like, yeah, I don't know. Like Enel showing up, it could be a bigger. It would be a cool twist too, right? Because like Enel, when we met him, Luffy was the perfect counter, and there's nothing that Enel could do. Enel shows up, we're all going to be like, oh, what's the point of this? Like, Luffy can just stop him again, whatever. No, Enel's going to come in and zap the Gods Knights, and he's going to cook them, and he's going to be God again, right? Like, that would be so cool to me. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
And then plus, like, the whole thing with Enel, too. Like, if he comes down and he sees Rain God Zaza, I wonder what do you do about that? Like, I mean, obviously, I don't think it would be in our favor, per se, but he could just, bring down a giant lightning bolt to hit the water. I wonder what would happen there.
Yeah, I mean the whole city at this point would probably get fried because like the whole thing's flooded. But
it wouldn't really help. But my God, it would be interesting.
But even Nami, right? Like Nami could come in with a giant lightning strike and just. I feel like that's what's probably going to happen with the Rain God. I don't know which lightning user is going to do it. Enel's probably the least likely because he's not even here. But I do think lightning would be like the simple answer, and it could even tie to what we're just talking about. Like maybe lightning's the key for the nightmares. Maybe it's the key for the Gods Knights. I don't know about Emu. I feel like Emu is going to be a whole other can of worms, but
oh yeah, Emu is not easily dealt with.
Yeah.
When it comes to lightning, it's funny because like, we talk about Nami all the time, and I always think back to how Oda constantly draws Nami in like the Enel gear, like as if she ate the rumble fruit. He talked about like if he had to give her a fruit, it would be that one. And I think there's like 2 or 3 different artworks of Oda drawing Nami with Enel's lightning drums as well. Right. So it's like, I wonder, what that would look like. And plus, Nami was very special because Enel wanted to take Nami to the moon.
Right.
That was the one character. Like he didn't care about anybody else, granted, because they were fighting back. Yep. But he saw Nami and he said, "Hey, like let's go. Like this world is done."
And you know what's really weird about that, or at least I always found it weird, is like then we also had in Strong World that Shiki was doing the same thing with Nami. Now it was like a different reasoning or whatever, but similar logic. And the reason I find it so weird is like both of these guys had flying ships and we're trying to take Nami like to the sky and that kind of stuff. And Nami, with the weather stuff, whether it's lightning or just weather stuff in general, like that's very sky related. And it's like, I don't know, these are two people that are somewhat similar, I would say. Like not like, obviously their origins and all that are different, but just both. They have flying ships. How many flying ships are there in the series? And the two of the only people that have them took Nami. Like that just feels like something's
odd.
there. And also, Shiki, like I talked about how Enel, he had like the El Thor attack, and like it feels like he is kind of a Thor-esque character, so he'd kind of fit into Elbaf. Well, even Shiki kind of fits in because some of the creatures that were in Merville in Strong World look like they could be from Elbaf, like these different giant random creatures with special powers and whatever.
Oh,
it
yeah,
would make
Oda
some,
confirmed that, too. He said that he just reused some of their designs.
Right. And so, I don't know. It makes sense. I don't know. If, I'm down with everybody to show up to Elbaf, bro. Bring Enel, bring Shiki, bring Big Mom. I mean, I'm down.
Kid, bring Law.
Yeah. Kid,
anybody.
Yeah. I'm down. Smoker, whatever. Do whatever you got to do. But I know it sounds like a lot, but yeah, man. I mean, Enel could show up. Shiki could show up.
Yeah, and, another thing about Nami, too. I'm glad you brought up the whole kidnapping portion, because I do think that the God Knights will take something from this island. I don't think that they're just going to be absolute losers, even though I think that they might lose to Zoro and Sanji. So whether it be the kids, whether it be Vivi, Nami, just anything, I think they need some form of a W. Kind of like Egghead, right? In Egghead, we kind of like met in the middle, where it's like, okay, we saved Vegapunk, sort of, but the world government got the Mother Flame, and they got Yorick, and they got Egghead Island, and the Pacifistas. It could be like that, where, yes, we saved the kids, we beat the God Knights, but the God Knights get something else in return.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to we're not going to, like, leave Elbaf with a super negative reception on them. Negative, maybe, but not super negative.
I completely agree. If it's not the kids, what do you think they walk away with?
If it's not the kids, I say it's either going to be Nami or Vivi.
Vivi would make the most sense. I mean, not Nami too, but Vivi just that the second you said that, that's probably the answer.
Yeah, only problem with Vivi is that she's not here.
Yeah.
But we did start the arc off with Vivi leaving a message for the Straw Hats, right? It was the X on Luffy's arm. That could have been a sign that Vivi's on her way, or it could just simply say, hey, I'm okay, right? It could be a little bit of both. So I could see that being like a nice teaser for us, the fans, to like expect Vivi in the future. Yeah. And the thing is that if Vivi shows up, Emu would pretty much say, hey guys, stop what you're doing, get her. Like, Emu would even leave. Right. He's like, okay, this is what I wanted. Like, if Emu had to choose between getting Vivi and getting Elbaf, I don't know what he would choose. Like, it would make more sense to get Elbaf, of course, from like a min-max perspective, but brother feels a certain way about Vivi, Yeah.
No, you're right. The meta would definitely say, like, just get Elbaf, get all the giant warriors, on your side, forget the one girl. But I feel like that's likely what would happen. And I've actually been saying this for a while, and I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I get very mixed reviews on this take. But
yeah,
I could definitely see a world where Elbaf is getting cooked and they have no chance, and Vivi shows up, and Vivi basically, and maybe there's more steps to this. I'm really simplifying it, but maybe Vivi shows up and is like, hey, leave Elbaf alone and take me instead. And then the crew's like, no, like, don't, like, Vivi, no, we'll get it. And Vivi's like, no, I can see what's happening. You guys will come save me there. We have to save Elbaf. I'm going to go with the Emu. Like, Vivi's going to be very matter of fact. Like, I'm going. Like, because this, you guys, like, I don't, like, again, there's be more steps to it. Maybe Vivi would hear about what's, hear some lore to make this all make more sense or whatever. But I feel like she's the type to step in and be like, nope, like, take me. I know what you want. Take me. Everyone else will be safe. Let's make that deal.
That's kind of what Nami did with Shiki in Strong World, huh?
Right. Yes, pretty much.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I have the exact same theory, the exact same mindset. There is a lot of pushback for that, and I think that does stem from people not wanting the Straw Hats to be put in that position in the first place.
Yeah, which is fair, but
again, yeah, very fair. You could feel that way. I do think that is the most reasonable way to do it. After that, I could see the Straw Hats having like a struggle. Like, where do we go next? Do we continue the journey or do we go straight to the Holy Land? Because I don't think that we're going to the Holy Land next. I do believe we're going to Lodestar. So that could be like a dicey decision. Like, hey, we got to save Vivi as soon as possible. But do we just go to Lodestar and like get the missing history? And why would they do that, right? Because, I mean, Luffy, Robin, everybody, they care about the history, but they care more about their friend. So maybe it's a thing where Vivi's like, hey, I'm going to be safe. Don't worry about me. Because obviously Imu's not going to execute her.
Right.
And the same goes for the kids as well, you know? They want the kids, yes, but they're not going to kill the kids. Like, they want to keep the kids hostage. So they're going to feed them decently, keep them alive. So no matter who gets taken, whether it's Vivi or the kids, the Straw Hats don't have to go to the Holy Land right away. Luffy's hot-headed, so he'd want to go. But maybe, like, somehow Scopper diverts us and says, hey, before you go there, you need to, like, see Lodestar. Like, it's right across the street. Get it. Or maybe Vivi says, hey, I'm gonna be fine. Like, don't worry about me for a little bit. Or perhaps Lodestar is an island where we prepare for that final war to get Vivi, and we call the Grand Fleet.
Yes.
You know, like, it's a nice, like, little in-between period where we're ready for war for Vivi, which would be pretty sick.
Yeah. No, and I definitely agree that we're gonna still go there, like, even if Vivi gets taken. And Vivi could even say, like, guys, finish your journey first, or like, you know, or that could even be part of the deal. Even like, we're like, I don't know exactly how they'd phrase it, but maybe part of it is like they can't go right to Marijois for some reason. Like, I don't know what it would be, but I completely agree. That shoot, what was I about to say? Now I can't remember. I forget. I lost my train of thought, but I definitely think that, like, Vivi showing up in general it's virtually 100%. And like you said, with kind of people don't want the Straw Hats to get put in that position first for Vivi to get taken. I feel like, you know, while I understand that, I think maybe even the bigger gripe is like Vivi's gonna have to show up and immediately get taken away again, right? Like, Vivi's not gonna be. So as far as Lodestar goes, like, I don't know if maybe part of it is like Vivi does meet up with the crew and they start talking about that, like, oh, you know, we're almost to the final island. It'd be so cool if you came with us. And then maybe, you know, then Vivi gets taken. It's like, hey, go finish that journey first. Like, I know, like, you know, like, this isn't all about me or whatever. Like, I don't know exactly how it's going to get phrased, but like, that could be part of it, is like, you know, Vivi wants them to go do that. And like you're saying, like, maybe we meet the Grand Fleet, or maybe something else happens. The thing that I keep thinking about is the man marked by flames, because we can't go get the One Piece till we have the man marked by flames. So we might as well just keep following the log pose until that point, because where else are we going to go? So I think that ultimately we're going to meet the man marked by flames at Lodestar to give us like a surefire reason to have to go there. And so again, going back to Vivi getting taken, and I think this is actually what I was going to say, is it could even be a thing where, like, I don't know how Vivi would know this, but maybe Vivi knows they have to go to Lodestar to get the final one. And so she tells them they have to go. Like, maybe like a loose theory on this could be like, you know, we don't even know how everyone knows about the man marked by flames yet. Like, how were they told? Like, Blackbeard and Law and Kid, like, where was this story told, right? My thought has been, well, maybe it was in the paper, but maybe it was told in like a weird way where like only people who knew about poneglyphs would understand that it was a message, right? Like, imagine 3D2Y, but man marked by flame style, right? Like that sort of thing. And so maybe Vivi, who is with Big News Morgans right now, could learn about that. Like, maybe Morgans is telling her about the man marked by flame story because he printed it. And then she understands what it means. And she's like, guys, you have to go to Lodestar. Trust me. Like, whatever you do, go there. Don't come after me. The most important thing is you go to Lodestar. And I think that would be really sick. Because, like, for us readers, maybe we don't know why she's saying that, but that would be kind of cool, you know? So
that is definitely a possibility. We could also get that from Law or Kid if they show up here in Elbaf. Scopper could even tell us too. And Big News Morgan's coming to Elbaf would be so funny, because that would mean that he would get the scoop on Emu.
What would he do, man? I mean, we've seen that the government sends cipher pull agents after him to like change the stories and stuff.
He would print that so fast.
Yeah, I mean, He's not missing the chance to print Emu
No.
to reveal the no chance.
And that would be, again, another good way to bring everybody together for the final war. You just say, hey, there's actually a ruler of the world. Here he is. And maybe that could go back to like Vegapunk piecing things together, right? Saying, oh, this guy's not a God Knight. This guy's not a Gorosei. Who is he? He's above everybody. Maybe it is a simple revelation, right? Something that we already knew. Yeah, it's Emu, king of the world. Come on, Vegapunk, you should know this.
But maybe he
comes to that realization because he tells Big News Morgans. And then Morgans puts that as the headline. The true leader, here's a picture, and then now everybody's spurred into action.
I love that. The only thing I might change is I bet you that if he tries to take a picture, it won't work. Like he won't be able to.
Like a vampire?
Like a vampire, or kind of like some of the bounty posters, like because like some of them aren't accurate and stuff, right? Or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
or like Sanji's,
like
it hasn't really been him or whatever. Like I wonder, or like didn't they like fail to take Sanji's picture because he's like an assassin or something early on and he avoided it? I can't remember exactly. Like
Sanji was moving too fast. No. I remember now. The reason that against Sanji, it was even dumber. It's because the guy had the camera lens on.
Oh, you're right.
He didn't take the camera lens off.
You're right. That was it. But and also, you know, they've also had like weird cameos in some of the posters where like Usopp was in Luffy's poster and he was like bragging about it. So mainly to say that they are not perfect at taking pictures as it is.
Well, okay. The agents aren't. This is Big News Morgans, though. I mean, he's like a professional, though. That's
fair. Maybe Morgans, but yes, or maybe it's like you're saying. Maybe it's like a vampire where he just doesn't show up on the picture. Maybe it's that too, right? It could, whatever it is. I feel like he would fail to get a picture because that would make it really crazy. Where he's like, how do I write this story? Like, they're gonna think I'm lying, you know, if I don't have a picture. Like, what do I do? And that might give him like some kind of conundrum on like, how do I reveal this? You know?
Yeah. I guess you just got to drop the headline and have people, like, you know, trust your word, which, I mean, Big News Morgans is like the only person that actually prints news, so you kind of have to. You have no choice.
Yeah. The DJ of words. I wonder how that would go. That could be so interesting. That whole, like, how he tells that story. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And, you know, another thing that would be interesting, too, you know, going back to the kids, right? If they take the kids instead of Vivi, again, the Strats don't have to rescue them right away because the kids are hostages, right? Like, I mean, there's a chance that they could just die if you go up there unprepared. But also, I think it would be nice for Emu to just have, like, an actual country at his side in the final war. Because right now, it does feel, like, heavily skewed against him.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even with Emu, right? I wouldn't say he's struggling against Loki, but Loki is holding up against Emu.
Doing way better than I thought he would.
Way better than I thought. And that's fine. But Emu should be a lot stronger than this if the final war really does revolve around him. Like, if Emu is, like, the giant monster in the mural, and there's, like, you know, there's Loki, there's Luffy, there's Shiroshi, like, everybody comes together to fight Emu, this is not his final form. Like, what we're witnessing here has to be, like, 1% of his power level.
I hope you're right. I really do. And it's not like, I mean, the reveal's been awesome. I love the design. I love the different powers, the aesthetics. I love all that. But it does feel weird that upon his introduction, he's like struggling a little bit. Like he's already bleeding and he's scuffed up, right? It does feel weird. I hope you're right that like him leaving the Holy Land reduces his power because like he's sick.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's a Whitebeard Marineford thing, right? Where he's not at 100% because he's so medically messed up in some way, right? I really hope so. I do agree though that like this is not the strongest version. I don't know if he has like a full other form. I don't know if it's just that he has to be in Marie Joie. I don't know what exactly it is, but I definitely agree this is not 100%. And maybe it would cost Emu a lot to go 100%, and that's why he's not, right? Because he's already coughing up blood and stuff here, and he already said the Covenant's come at a price and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, and it could just tie back to the whole thing where like he has the time limit. Like maybe like this body's running out of stamina, running out of juice, and he needs like another vessel, which you know is still like a theory, but there's a lot of ways to explain why Emu is weakened right now. Like maybe he needs a perfected mother flame, he's got to eat it. Kind of like how in the mural, right? He's holding that black sun. It's like maybe he needs like a power source, and that's it.
And speaking of this idea of like him getting weaker or not able to stay in this form very long, or however you want to put it, something I noticed in this chapter, and I don't know if you caught this, but my editor actually pointed this out to me. Did you notice that Loki shrunk in the first couple panels? Did you pick up on that?
Yeah, I don't know if he's shrunk though. Mainly because like the paneling is always so weird. I can't tell if that's just an inconsistency yet.
Because like for one thing, Ragnir's size completely, like the scaling, like in the first one, Ragnir's like you can barely see him. In the second one, Ragnir is like very visible, and I think that's like, to me, a sign of like his relative size to Loki is how we can kind of gauge it. Now Oda sucks at scaling, so that's not the best thing. But in the same panel, Loki's like, I'm too big to track of him properly. Huff huff, like he's already getting tired.
Yeah.
And if you go back to when he fought Emu the first time, he noted how he was getting tired from being so large, right? And so I think Loki may have a similar limitation to Emu, and we're not really noticing it right now, but I think it tires him out to be in this form a lot, and I think Emu might be a similar thing. And so I honestly think the way this is going to end up is that Loki's just going to get too tired, like because he can't hold this form that long.
Yeah, I think he needs to go hybrid form. Hybrid form is going to come in sooner rather than later. I mean, dude, I cannot believe Oda's held it out for this long, if anything.
Right.
Like, it's kind of absurd. I think he's not shrinking in this chapter. I think it's one of those things where it's like, if Loki was shrinking, I think he would have said that he's shrinking or something of the sort. I feel like Oda, funny enough, I feel like Oda would spoon feed us that information. I don't think it's one of those things where we'd have to guess it or like theorize. And another thing too, is that with these chapters, more often than not, it is a case where a bunch of different people have their hands in on this chapter at a single time. Like, Oda isn't going through and like drawing out every single panel himself. Even an editor isn't going through and drawing a single page by himself. Like, one panel goes to this guy, one panel goes to that guy. So that's why we have like inconsistencies pretty often. Like the beginning of Elbaf, for example. Like, people are like, oh, like, well, he had the sword in one panel, but in the next panel it's gone. Or he had a satchel here, but his satchel's gone in that one. And it's mainly because different people worked on it. So I would say that's probably why we have that size inconsistency. Again, I'm okay with the theory. Like, I do not mind it being true. It's more so just that I need more proof. Like, right now, this isn't enough for me to like really go off and say, okay, yeah, this is happening.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not confirmed. But I was thinking about it. Him and Luffy have so many similarities, but Luffy has the same problem, right? Like, whenever he went Gear 3rd originally, he shrunk, he was too tired. Gear 4 had a time limit, couldn't stay in it very long. Gear 5th, it's the same deal. And so I was like, you know what? It does kind of make sense that maybe Loki can change his size, and the bigger he is, the more tiring it is, right? Like that. I agree with you. It's not like, I don't think we should go running to the press,
Yeah.
Like, oh, guys, Loki can shapeshift into different sizes. Like, it will. Like, I don't think it's that. But I if I was a betting man, I would bet a small sum that he. This
reminds me of like the Marco's dad theory, which, again, that's one of the small background details that did come true. It's like, oh, this guy in the background looks like Marco's dad. It was a giant meme for a while. And then, boom, wouldn't you know it? 2 chapters later, it is Marco's dad.
Hologram.
Like, this could be a thing. But I just don't want to send it yet. So, I'm totally cool with it. And plus, we did see, one thing to back up this theory, actually. When Jarl was first talking about it, we saw, like, the imagery of, like, the 3 sizes of the dragons. Like, oh, if a human ate it, if a giant ate it, if an ancient giant ate it. Like, maybe, because they're all iterations of Nidhogg, he can go down if he wanted to. It's just that his base form is this big, but now, like, okay, let's size down to that one, let's size down to this one. Like, that would be really cool. Like, I wouldn't hate that.
And I think part of the logic there, too, is, like even if a human ate it, maybe he could, turn giant and be really big, but, like, your maximum size is probably limited. Like if a human with the Nidhogg fruit wanted to be as large as Loki with the Nidhogg fruit, they'd probably just pass out immediately because, like, that's too big. But Loki, already being large, may be able to access the bigger versions easier. You know what I mean? Like, it's less of a problem for him. And I do think that's maybe the case. It's like, if you want to make the most out of this power, you got to be an ancient giant because, like, it's easier to hold the form, and that would tie a lot of things together. So
That's a beautiful middle ground. I like that.
yeah, yeah, whenever my editor sent me that, shout out Dilcor, I looked at it for like a couple minutes, and I'm
Damn,
like,
you
you
got
know what,
editors
dude?
on the squad, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, you know what, Dilcor, bro, you know what? You're right. Like, I did my whole chapter reaction. Nobody brought it up. I didn't notice it. I
So
was in the Discord. Nobody said it. Then he comes out of left field. So
yeah, I've heard people talk about it. So what you did, when you heard that theory, you put on a balaclava and said it's mine now.
yes,
Yeah,
yes. I
steal
was
the
like,
theory. It was
now,
you all along.
well. To be fair, I showed the Discord message in my video, so you know he got full props. He got full
Full credit
props
for that one.
And I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, I love it when people do that, and I can just take a screenshot of their theory and put it on the video because that's like 10 to 15 seconds. I don't have to edit. You know, I just
Oh
put it
yeah,
up
it's
there.
beautiful.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I love giving credit to people, like generally speaking. But whenever that's the case, I'm like, bro, I will do it all day because it's like less work for me, you know. But
Yeah. If anything, people don't understand. Giving credit is actually better for us than anything. So yeah.
for sure, for sure. I do not shy away when an idea did not come from my brain first. I don't need to come up with all of them.
I think
come
that's
up
one
with
of the
too
main
many.
reasons why I don't watch a lot of One Piece YouTube videos. Because like there's sometimes where like I'll have a theory or something and somebody's like, oh Sai, like this you took it from this guy, and it's like I didn't even watch that video. And that's one of the things, like
Yeah.
I acknowledge that One Piece, the fan base is so massive that I'm sure somebody else has had this theory too. Like it's not
sure.
impossible, bro. There's like millions of people reading One Piece. Surely somebody had the same idea. But when I see like a truly unique idea, it's like, okay, this is insane. But I also do like a lot of comment reading videos. So usually people get their props like right then and there. So it's like I don't have to like link the comment. It's like, okay, it's right here. Here we go. And sometimes I see like really good theories in the comment section that I've never thought of. Like I saw a couple like last night when I was filming, and I was like, Jesus, dude, this is some good stuff.
Yeah, and actually, I'm gonna go find it right now. I was before I released my video, I was listening to a couple of the, because what I like to do is I like to script or record my video, then I'll go check out some other people's, because I'm like,
no, I can't do that because I'm scared, dude. Like what if you watch another video and they have like that exact same idea? That's why I can't do it. I'm scared of it.
No, it's a 50-50. It's a danger.
It'll discourage you if your video is like so in line with like, I don't know, like let's say Morge, for example, just random person, right? Like, like I wrote my script, I'm so happy, I'm editing it, and then you listen to Morge's video, it's like, fuck, he said the same thing, but I'm like a day late.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Like, because I like scripting it first, because then if I go watch somebody else's, then it's like I'm not taking it, right? It's like, okay, I genuinely came up with all this myself.
But nobody knows. That's not how the internet works.
That's true, but at least for my mind, I know, And hey, and if I bring up something and somebody does a whole video on it, then maybe I can go adjust the script and be like, so and so mentioned this in their video, and then I just continue with the same thing. Just But what I was gonna say was I was checking out one of the Grandland Reviews videos.
Shout GLR, love them.
Yeah, and the top comment, I thought it was great, and I actually wanted to put it in my video, but I forgot. So they're gonna get a shout out here. Links 4082. It's the top comment on GLR's most recent video. Calling it now, Sanji is gonna see Zaza and exclaim that she's the all blue he's been looking for. And I'm like, okay,
that's a good one. Wait,
you are cooking. You are cooking. Links 4082. I don't know what the culmination of it is. I don't know if it's just Sanji giving her a compliment, because he always does that. It's like, oh, you're more beautiful than the all blue or something like that. That's bare minimum. But it could even lead to a bigger discussion on what the all blue is, because we're seeing a woman made of water, and it's like, okay, hold on, this might be perfect.
And we could get the origins of the all blue from that, right? We could read deep into that line and say that the rain god 900 years ago made the all blue. That's the person who made that special hidden sea, which makes sense.
Yep. Or like maybe the rain god even is tied to the origins of the rain god comes from the all blue, could be a different angle. Like maybe it's the opposite.
Oh, like it's her hometown.
Yeah, and maybe the rain god morphed out of it. I don't know how the gods came into existence in the first place, but just rose out of the water. I don't know, but there could be a connection for sure, right? Like the first rain god came from the all blue or something.
Yeah, here's a weird question, but for the all blue, where do you think it's at? Do you think it's that theory where, oh, we break down the red line and all the oceans meld together and boom, that's the all blue? Or do you think the all blue will actually be like a location, an actual hotspot, like Laugh Tale, for example, but for Sanji? Because that's a really weird one. Like, out of all the Straw Hat dreams, like, you can kind of envision, like, how it's gonna work. Like, oh yeah, Luffy's gonna go to Laugh Tale. Yeah, Zoro's gonna beat Mihawk. Yeah, Usopp just has to figure that out on his own.
Yeah, but that'll happen in Elbaf somewhere.
Yeah. But for Sanji, it's like, there's really only two ways it could work, and both options are very odd.
I agree. I think that's the hardest one to pin down, and that's why it might be my favorite Straw Hat dream.
So you don't care about Laugh Tale. You only care about Sanji's all blue.
But it's like, we're going to go see that. You know what I'm like? It's just, in terms of the dreams, like, I know we've already seen Laugh Tale.
Yeah, so why do you hate Robin's dream of getting to the Void Century?
Because we're going to get that for sure, whether it's her dream or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I gotcha.
Like we're going to go to Laugh Tale no matter what. We're going to get the full history no matter what. Zoro's going to beat Mihawk no matter, or at least become world's strongest swordsman no matter what. All these things for Frankie, that we're going to ride on the Sunny to Laugh Tale so his dream comes true. All these things are happening. We know, like, we can pretty much envision it right now. I cannot envision Sanji with the all blue. I don't know what that really looks like.
Yeah, does he just live there? Like, what is the end goal? You find the all blue. Does Sanji go fishing? Because Sanji doesn't really fish. Like, whenever you see fishing on the Thousand Sunny, it's usually just Luffy, Usopp, and Chopper, and they're just dicking around. Sanji is like, hey, whatever you catch, I'm gonna cook it. And Sanji's like, oh yeah, like, I would love to see an ocean filled with every fish in the world, and I'd love to cook from there. But it's like, okay, so does Sanji open up a restaurant at the All Blue? Does he fish himself? Does he live there? Where is it?
Dude, so that kind of idea is what makes me think that maybe the knocking the red line down theory is the most likely, because then he can just live wherever, because the whole ocean's the all blue, and it's like, whatever, right? But do I like that one the most? I don't think so. I don't.
Because then everybody gets the all blue.
Yeah, and it's also like, then his dream is almost more so to destroy the red line. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't know if that's how I want it to go down. Like, because I feel like knocking down the red line, like that's like Laboon's dream at this point. You know, that's the island whale.
Laboon.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I want his dream to be accomplished because of something that's going to happen probably regardless.
It's been talked about too, because like the whole thing, like, oh, the blood-soaked serpent, we got to break it down, and we're assuming it's the red line. It's, I don't know.
And real quick, I will take back that the all blue is my favorite dream. It's my second favorite, because I think Chopper's cure-all is actually my number one. Now that I think about it again, that one's probably my number one.
Funny,
right?
I've been talking to Par about Chopper specifically. Do you think Chopper forgot about Dr. Hero Look?
What do you mean?
When was the last time Chopper brought up the old quack?
Or the quack doctor?
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know if they called Kureha old quack, but that's probably what she should be. But yeah, quack doctor. I mean, where has he had the chance to?
Okay, whenever Chopper has a flashback, it's usually just Kureha. Because the thing is, Dr. Hero Look, he said that a man dies when he's forgotten. I think Chopper forgot about Hero Look.
He might have died. He might have died.
He's dead, man. He's not alive anymore. And, that really got me thinking. And it's like, dude, I don't think Chopper's ever mentioned Dr. Hero Look. Well, I mean, outside of Drum Island, of course. Yeah. Like, it's always just Dr. Reen.
I think during the time skip, he may have thought back to Hero Look. I'm trying to think of exactly when.
We're just guessing at this point.
But the fact I can't think of an exact moment. I just know, like, because the time skip, he practices medicine, and I think he may have thought back to him or something. But I can't even remember a specific situation. Yeah, honestly, man, he might have forgot. he might have forgot.
Dr. Hero Look.
Man, I didn't forget, though. I'll tell you that. Dr. Hero Look. But I do think he's going to have a massive role, with even the Domi Reversi stuff. Like, my theory on that is that Chopper, the Rumble Balls involve Hero Look's cure, and maybe even Kureha's like secret immortal medicine or whatever, that lets her live so long, whatever she's using.
Yeah.
I feel like there's like an intersection there. So maybe he will think back to Hiraluk, like, oh wow, you helped me cure this demonic illness. That's wow, there'll be something big to take away from that. Maybe the awakening of Chopper's fruit will involve Sakura petals, and that'll be something. I don't know, but yeah.
I think at some point we need to see her look again, and I would be interested to see how Chopper realizes, like, or fully hits the pinnacle of his dream. Like, what would he have to cure? Would it be like a Roger type of illness? Will he go back and cure the Smile users? Like, what would that look like? I think there has to be like something out there that Chopper has to fix. Something that is absurd, not like Ice Oni, but something like that is real, that can kill, like cancer. I guess is a weird one to bring in.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I think for me, I kind of envision like two different sort of angles to it. One could be that Chopper, like, maybe he masters his fruit, or it's the awakening or whatever, and he can just cure people by like touching them. He's like Jesus, because like you think back to like Doc Q, he was able to like get people sick without even touching them, like through the water and whatever, right? So I think Chopper might have to like do the opposite, where he can just cure anything automatically without even thinking. And I know that's like a huge step. I'm not even saying that's like the most likely, but I think that's one angle where he could do it. It's just his fruit lets him do it. But other than that, I think a really cool way to do it is give Luffy Roger's disease, but Chopper fixes it. I think that's right. Like give Luffy the terminal illness and Chopper cures it. I think that's the best. Like, if you really wanted to round together all the big plot points in regards to curing illnesses, that's like the most full, the pinnacle, well-rounded way. Yeah. So I don't know if that'll be it. It really depends on what that disease is, because if that disease that Roger had is maybe tied to Domi Reversi in some way, maybe it's like a soul sickness. I don't know how this would work, but maybe there's more to it than just a typical illness, and so it ties to the Domi Reversi stuff. Like, then it could be something special. I feel like, I don't know, but
yeah, no, I agree. There's got to be something there. So last things last. But when or where do you think we'll see the Earth and Forest God?
The Killingham version or the real one?
The real version. Or like the Devil Fruit user, I should say even.
Yeah. When will we see it? Was that the question?
Yeah.
When?
Is it going to be like Lodestar, Final War? Will we never see them? Have we already met them? What is your take on that?
I do think we've already met them.
Really?
Out of all the gods, I think at most one would be a brand new person. Just because, like, it's just cool to tie it back to old characters. And it's like, Oda's always does that. Like, it's like, in order to do foreshadowing, in the most impactful way, it's like you got to kind of use the people that have already been established. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, maybe one of the four gods will be a brand new person, but I think that at least two of the three we don't know will be people we already know. Now, when will we see that? I don't know. I honestly think it's going to be this arc, man. I think Oda's dumping so much important lore on us, and the fact we just got the rain god stuff, it's like, it'd be very easy to dip over into the other gods. And you also think back to Skypiea, where we heard about the gods, and Elbaf is very closely tied to Skypiea, so it would sort of make sense that all this god stuff comes back in a major way. So maybe I'll rephrase it to say, I don't know if we're going to find out who the current forest and earth gods are this arc, but I do think that we're going to get some lore on them, and like maybe us readers will be able to tell who it is, even if it's not said outright. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think I think we're on like the god runway right now is what I don't think it's going to be rain god and stop. I think it's like rain god for now, and then stuff's going to get hairy and we're going to bring out the other ones, and it's just going to be lore drop everywhere.
Yeah, just tie back to another character like Chopper, even just say, hey, it's the forest god.
Yeah. Or actually, I brought this up in my most recent video, and I'm not saying that this is like going to be 100% accurate, but I could almost see the Celestial Dragon, or God's Knights, calling Usopp the forest god because of the pop greens, right? Because like if he make because I mentioned this in the video that we had just recorded, but like in Marijois, not only do they not experience rain because they're above the clouds, they do not experience the forest because they have to bring trees in. They have a man-made forest in Marijois. They do not grow plants normally. So plants growing out of the ground probably seem scary to them too because they have never seen it. And then earthquakes, they're as far away from the earth as possible. So if the earth god stuff is about earthquakes, they haven't experienced that either. So if somebody was telling them like, yeah, you know, like down on the lower realm, plants just grow out from under your feet and they can poison you and eat you whole. Like it's terrifying down there. And it's like, well, yeah, I guess that's technically true. Like the Bowen Archipelago had man-eating plants, and you know, there's obviously poisonous plants everywhere, but it's not really that scary. It's kind of like the rain.
Yeah.
So I think if Usopp has stuff come out of the ground, they might be like, oh my God, I've never seen this. Are you the forest god? You know, like something like that. I would not be surprised. And again, not that he is it, but I could see the celestial or the God's Knights just giving a foreshadow of sorts.
Giving some sort of like mention of it. Yeah. So speaking of Usopp, actually, do you think that he's done? Or do you think he's actually going to show back up and do something more? And if so, with who? Because right now, I think a lot of people believe that Usopp is done with Emu. I think Emu is actually going to be who Usopp still continues to fight. But I have seen people leaning more towards Zaza now that they're a thing, maybe back to Killingham and stuff like that. Where do you fall on this?
I tend to think Usopp is going to be Emu-centric. I think because he's already started it. Like it's almost like the Enies Lobby thing with Lucci, where he was talking so much smack that, you know, he like Emu actually showed up. Like that's not really what happened, but it's like he rage baited him into showing up. It's like kind of like with Lucci, where he almost started going after him and it forced Luffy to get up, right? To like stop Lucci from hurting Usopp. So I could see a very similar thing where Usopp just keeps talking smack to Emu, and maybe it's just like Lucci, where, you know, like Luffy starts fighting Emu and maybe he gets taken out or he's tired, he goes out of gear 5th or whatever, he can't get back up, and Usopp forces him to, right? And maybe that's where like the brave warrior of the sea thing comes in somehow, because like, oh, he stood up to the devil when everybody else was down, and you know, I don't something like that, right?
Okay, yeah, so you're a fellow madman. You also believe, just like me, that Usopp's going to continue fighting Emu.
Yes, and one little pocket idea that I can't remember how this came to be, but I was talking to people in the Discord and we thought of it. But so I mentioned it earlier, but I think Chopper's key to stopping Domi Reversi is that I think it's the Rumble Balls, because he only did that when he was in Monster Point to like stop the Reversi guys. And I think it's because of like either Kureha's immortality secret or Hiraluk's cure or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, you also got to remember the shape of it, right? It's a little pellet. It's almost the perfect size to go into Usopp's slingshot. And so I don't know if Usopp will shoot a rumble ball into Emu's mouth and cook Emu with that, because it's like anti-demon medicine. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't, because it's just like the Tata Tabasco thing from Dressrosa all over again. And it could even be a thing where like maybe Usopp eats it and it doesn't do anything, and Emu's like, oh, this is worthless. And, you know, and then, but somehow it goes back to bite him. And I don't know.
It reminds me of like I believe it's like a Japanese like tradition where like you get like soybeans or salt and you throw them at demons to get them to go away. It's like a little festival. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it could be like an iteration on that. Like, yeah, it is. I mean, then again, we had that at Thriller Bark, but, you know, it could just be a callback to it, which, I mean, hey, right. Shadow Guy. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. And that's a big inspiration for it, is like, because of Thriller Bark, you know, we've seen this salt thing, and Usopp was even cooking the zombies by just shooting salt in their mouths. And then again, with Sugar, it was like the way to defeat her was like shoot the Tata Tabasco star, you know, in her mouth and like cook her that way.
But it didn't happen. Usopp was the one who ate that one instead, so.
Right. And so going back to like the idea where like maybe Emu eats it and gets cooked, it would also be kind of funny if Usopp ate the Rumble Ball and something happened. I don't think that's super likely, but that would be great. Like Usopp's dead to rights, and maybe Emu stops and is like, oh, what was this thing you were about to shoot at me? What is that? I don't know what this is. You eat it. Let's see what happens. And Usopp just like transforms into the forest god, and you know, and Emu's like, oh my god, what is this? I'm leaving.
I'm surprised nobody's tried that yet on the Straw Hats. Like that sounds like a weird OVA where it's like, hey Chopper, can I try that? Like, what would that do? Maybe Chopper tells him not to. Like, hey, that's a bad idea, guys. But
well, that's what a lot of people have been asking for Luffy.
Yeah, because he has his own.
Yeah, and that's, you know, for me, I've always had this debate where I don't really think Luffy's fruit is his own. Maybe it is, and it's like something special, but I don't think it fits into a lot of the right paradigms. And Luffy even said it wasn't his own. And I know Luffy's kind of dumb, but at the same time, he's the only one who ate the fruit. He should probably know, like, can you transform or not? No? Okay. You know, he should probably know. And so I've always wondered, like, yeah, Oda, why don't you just give him a Rumble Ball and settle this? You know, and then we'll know. Because if he does something, then he should probably has his own. If not, then probably not, you know? So,
yeah, we'll see. That would be crazy. Getting like a third switch on his fruit. From Gum Gum to Nika to something else now.
Probably just back to Gum Gum would be, that's my thought. I feel like it is a paramecia. And and maybe that's what all the god fruits are, is like they're under the assumption they're zones, but they're really not. And that's going to be an important plot point for some reason. Like,
yeah.
Like maybe it's not that the gods are within the fruit, but the gods are just in existence already, right? Because like they have the right will and they just need the little extra power to finish it, right? It's not like you need the god to take you over sort of thing. I don't know.
Actually, last thing to bring up, and then we'll head out of here. Do you think we're going to meet the OG monkey guy from the Void Century? Like Luffy's ancestor.
The OG monkey guy.
Yeah, there's no better way to call him. You know, I mean, you know, like Luffy, Garp, Dragon, their ancestor. Because we expect to see, like, Water Law. We're expecting to see, you know, Davy Jones, Joy Boy. Joy Boy could be a monkey guy, for all we know.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you think we're gonna see Luffy's ancestor in the past? And what kind of role do you think they played? Do you think there's just simply a supporter, or what's up?
Man, I do think we'll see it. I do think we'll see, like, I don't know if it'll be like the first, but maybe like the first important monkey, you know, D clan member. I do think we'll see that. I don't really know what their role is. I will say that, like, I know a lot of people talk about Nepo Piece, and I agree, especially lately. It feels like Nepo Piece has become a big thing, but Oda's usually pretty good too. Like, if there's Nepo Piece, it's not the children or the descendants aren't carbon copies a lot of the time. Like, you think about Ace and Roger, like they're very different, right? Like Ace didn't even like Roger and all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of examples like that where like they're similar, but so different that you don't really feel like it's a retread. So for the past Monkey D clan member, I don't think they would be like a world savior type figure, because that's just like whatsoever. Like the Monkey D clan is just constantly the one saving the world. Like I feel like it's got to be something different. So, but I don't really know. I don't really have a good theory. I would like to think there is going to be something cool. Like maybe one of the first Monkey D clan people like gave rise to Emu on accident or something. You know, or I don't know how that would really work. But like, actually going back to the Shandorians and how like the one leader had a dog mask like Garp. Well, we know that the sky people were really high tech going back to the moon. And so I guess there may be a interconnection there between like a Monkey D clan member being involved with the ancient kingdoms technology and stuff, maybe. So yeah, maybe there is something. I think he'll be a sky person. He'll be important, but I don't think it'll be like world savior, I guess, if I had to summarize.
There's also a possibility that Joy Boy is simply the monkey man. And now that would be Nepo Piece in full swing.
I really hope not, man. I really hope not. I won't be like a hater of it, but I really hope. I really don't want Joy Boy to be monkey.
Like
anything.
You would pay like $10 for that to not happen.
Yeah, I would send Oda a check right now at minimum $10.
Like, yo, no monkey man. Like, what would they even call this guy? I think me and Brago talked about it. We were like, yeah, if he is a monkey man, it would just be Monkey Boy. Monkey D Boy. And that would just be very cursed.
That would be cursed. That would be... I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like the boy part is like from Ivankov. Like, I feel like somebody just said it. Like, it was like
Monkey
a nickname
boy.
that somebody...
Yeah, it was Ivankov.
Who says like Mugiwara boy, you know? And so I feel like it's similar, where there's going to be somebody who just met Joy Boy and is like maybe his first name was just Joy and they called him Joy Boy, or yeah. I don't think Boy is going to be his actual name, but if it is, man, I don't know.
Top
I don't
5
know.
theories that will keep you awake at night in fear. Top
I'm
5 theories
probably
you
good.
don't want to happen.
Yeah, I'm good on that one, Oda. I got to be honest with you, but
I mean, the naming schemes are getting funnier and funnier, you know, like Zaza. Come on, dude. Like, yes, it makes sense, pitter patter rain, but Monkey Boy,
yeah.
as silly as it sounds, it's not too silly for One Piece.
The first world was a different place. You know, it was a different place.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man. Well, with that being said though,
that's funny.
guys, let us know what you think about all of this down below, and we'll catch you all later. Make sure to check out Dak Sake over on his YouTube channel. He's got Dak Sake and Redacted. So make sure to give him some love over there, and we will catch you guys next time.
Peace out, guys. Have a good one.
Peace out, y'all.